Hi, in this video we will see how to create a table in SAP HANA. Table is a two-dimensional structure where it has rows and columns, and we will use these tables to store the data physically in the database level. To create the tables in SAP HANA, SAP has given two options. One is through UI, user interface, and another one is by using SQL statement. We will create the table first by using UI. To create the table, select the schema whichever you want, under which you want to create your tables. This is the schema. Let me filter out my schema first. This is the schema. If you expand, you can see so many lot of folders, triggers, tables. I am interested in creating tables. Right click on the table folder, right click on new table. So here we can see in SAP HANA, unlike any other databases, in other databases we have only row store, but wherein SAP HANA we have column store, table type. This we will see later. Today we will deal with row store and column store. Let me give the name, for example EMP. Give the column field name EMP ID. Select the data type. See, this is SQL data type. We will see what is this SQL data type. EMP name varchar of 20. Once you are done with giving all the field names whichever you want in that particular table, click on execute. Table is successfully created. If you refresh, you can see the table which is created just now. See, we have selected column store. The symbol is like this. This is the column store. If you want to create row store, right click, again new table, select row store, for example EMP underscore row, same EMP ID, PID, data type integer, EMP name, type of varchar 20, click on execute. So table is successfully created, 0 rows. Just refresh once. See, by seeing the symbol itself we can tell this is row store or column store. For column store the symbol is like this. For row store you can see this row type of symbol. This is the way we can create the table by using UI. Now we will see how to create a table by using SQL statement. For SQL statement we should open SQL console. What we are going to create table, then create table, give the schema under which you want to create the table, dot table name EMP underscore, for example tab, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, semicolon. In between two parentheses we start giving columns, name, type of integer, NAME, which is of type of varchar, of 20. So create table schema dot the table name, open parenthesis, close parenthesis. In between two parentheses we should start giving our columns whichever we want. In my case I have given emp type of integer, emp name which is type of varchar with length 20. Select the statement, execute. Table is successfully created. Rows affected 0 because we haven't entered any rows records as of now. So as we already discussed, it has row store and column store. Here I have not mentioned any row or column. Let's see what table it got created. Refresh. This is the table. Right click, open data definition. See, column store. I am using HANA 2.0. In case if you are using HANA 1.0, by default, if you haven't mentioned any row store or column store, by default row store table will be created. But when it comes to HANA 2.0, by default column store table will be created. To create the row store, we have to explicitly mention that create. Here we have to give row, something like tab 1. Select this, execute, table created. If you want to see the definition, just say refresh. This is the table that got created. Open definition. See, row store. To create the row store table, we have to explicitly mention that create row store. But to create the column store, we don't have to mention any column or something. If you just say create table, by default column store table will be created. So this is the way we will create table. For example, if you export SQL, the backend system will be generated this type of code. Create column columns table schema, emp name integer. This is column store SQL data type. This is normal SQL type data type. This is column store. Row store, upload, all these things we will see in going forward. So this is the C. If you observe here, I haven't mentioned any key. This is primary key or primary constant, not null, default. All these things I have not mentioned. If you are creating table in S11 in ABAP data dictionary, we have to mention one field at least as a primary key. But if you are creating table in the database level, you don't have to mention any primary key. Even if you are not giving any primary key, you don't get any issue. The table will be automatically created. This is the way we will create table in the database level. In going forward, we will see how to create a table based on existing table, how to insert data into data table, how to alter, all these things we will see. Thank you so much.